Hello, people of my channel. It is Noiz.I here, and I'm here with
Precious.
Precious is my sister. Yay! So this is another episode of Noiz.I Talks with friends. Again, just raw conversation. People have no idea what they're coming into, so all the questions that I have are all random to the people that I'm asking. Are you ready?
All right.
First of all, give a little background about yourself. Who are you? What do you do? What do you like to do?
Precious. I sing, I write, and yeah, that's about it. Also work in child support. People, make your payments. Thank you.
All the trash dads out there, make
And
your
mothers.
payments. Oh, wow. Mothers too?
Mm-hmm.
Like more than dads?
No.
That's all you need to know. All right, like I said, dads, make your payments. We're going to go straight into it. Today is only going to be 3 questions because we're on a time constraint. So, yeah, only 3 questions.
Okay.
Now, are you ready? Mm-hmm. These are pretty heavy, so we're going to get right into it, okay? How do you honestly feel about yourself?
I don't like me.
Come on.
What else should I say about that?
Unpack.
It's been a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Can I honestly say that I don't know when it started?
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of been me in darkness for a really long time.
So with the darkness, do you feel like it came from parents, from what?
It's probably a combination of all the things. Parents, home environment, growing up black in a predominantly white city.
Yeah.
Toxic church culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when you say you don't like yourself, all that stuff has obviously had an impact on that, but what makes you not want to change it?
Fear of the unknown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, so being negative, I guess, is a lot easier for me because I know how that feels.
Right.
But
It's familiar.
yeah.
So is it because it's easier or because it's familiar? Because I feel like it's not easier to feel a certain way. I think it's just familiarity.
Familiarity.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's familiar. I know it. I recognize it.
And what things? I'm sorry. Give me a second because I don't know if this goes into the next question or not. Yeah. So this isn't the second question. This is all number 1. So what things do you think you need to do for you to get out of familiar? For you to like yourself.
That's a good question, Zion. Probably just as cliche as it sounds, get comfortable with the uncomfortable, you know.
And what's uncomfortable for you?
Everything. Yeah, because I'm so used to not doing, and so doing is uncomfortable.
Doing is uncomfortable. Doing for Precious is uncomfortable.
Yes, because I can do for other people all the time.
So you're a people pleaser?
In a way.
So am I, and that's something that I was talking to my mom about recently. Our mom about recently was just about people pleasing and how exhausting that is because you forget your own thoughts, you forget your own person. I've been thinking about everyone for so long. I'm like, dang, what does Zion actually like to do? What are his icks? What are his do's? What are his do nots? But do you think now that you are aware of who you are as a person that can lead to you liking yourself?
Yes.
Elaborate.
That's all I got. It's possible. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what it feels like, so I can't really give you a definitive answer. But it's definitely possible because all things are possible.
Through Christ.
Who strengthens me, yes.
Romans. That's so stupid.
Where is that scripture?
I have no idea. All right. Number 2. Question number 2. What do you feel that you need to do for you to move forward in your life?
I feel like that goes back to question 1. I don't have a definitive answer because doing is uncomfortable for me. So like, what exactly is doing for me? Like, what does
Right.
that look like?
So let's unpack that. What is doing to you?
Doing is just like doing, you know. It's just doing.
Like what? Like doing what? For you, for Precious to love herself and move forward in her life, to do the things that she needs to do, what is the doing?
I mean, I guess it's just like speaking kinder to myself. 1, 2, actually leaning into the things that I like doing. So, you know, music and writing and nail stuff, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So, just kind of like doing that.
Is this making you uncomfortable?
No, I mean, I'm not much of a talker in general, as we know.
Mm-hmm.
Many family forums as we've had.
Why aren't you a talker? Like, why aren't you a...
Trauma.
What kind of trauma? Like, you ain't gotta go deep, but, you know.
As deep as it goes, we had, you know, a mother who... Love you, Mom. She didn't really care for certain expressions of emotion, I guess. At least not for me. I don't know about you.
No. Yeah, I'll say mine in a second. Go ahead.
Yeah, she wasn't a fan of that. And then on the other side, with my father expressing really anything that didn't align with what they taught us as kids.
Yeah.
It was seen as disrespectful. So if he'd be like, the sky is blue, and I'm like, well, it's a little gray today.
You'd be like, no, the sky is blue. I see what you're saying. For me, as far as like expression, mother wise, I remember this one faint memory. I think my mom, this was COVID year, mother, she was feeling very bad around COVID year, like she like almost near death, low key, just because of how she was, whatever. And I had asked her to pray for her, and as I prayed for mother, I went over her body, like over her shoulder, and I'm rubbing my mom. Keep in mind, my mother and I, we don't really share like rubbing each other, hugging each other. A lot of different families do that, but my immediate family, my mom, my sister, don't do that. So when I did that, I was praying for my mom, and as soon as I got done with the prayer, my mom just looked at me, and I was like, "You don't like that?" She was like, "I'm uncomfortable," and I got so hurt because I'm like, "I love you, bro." I don't know what you want me to do. I love you, bro.
But it's literally that, and I run into that problem all the time with like my dad and them. They're like, they're your family. I'm like,
but I think that's something that like people really have to. It's a trauma response. But I think like how do you grow out of trauma responses, right? So I think I'm not gonna say the best way, but one way is just communicating how you are and then working through that. Because I think, obviously communication comes a long way, but how do you communicate? Are you just like, I don't like it, and that's what it is? Or you shouldn't be, is what I'm saying. You should be like, this is why, and then unpack it. Because one thing that I have feared my entire life is our family not unpacking the things we need to, because then when we die, we're in the grave, and we can't talk to each other. So it's like, I want to... Especially like, how this space is with the conversations with friends and family, whatever. I want this to be able to be a comfortable space for us to just talk and just be and just, be. Because I feel like a lot of, especially black people, we don't have conversations at all. We either don't talk or hold grudges, and that's something that I'm trying to do better at, is just talk to black people like, hey, what's going on, let's talk about it.
How are you doing, friend?
That's it. Okay, moving on to the last question. The last question, this is a heavy question, but this isn't necessarily for you, but anyways, last question number 3. Have I failed you as a brother?
Yes. I'm just kidding. I I can't really. No. Maybe. But, like, I don't think I ever really viewed you as my brother, more like my son, in a way. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I guess, yeah.
Okay.
Because, you know, with Mom, when she was working, as much as she was, I, you know, felt like with a lot of the decisions you were making, that I was raising you rather than just being an older sister, you know?
Right. So,
yeah, you did fail me as a brother.
Oh, wow. Keep going. Elaborate.
I kind of felt like I said, like you pushed me into a sort of maternal role in the absence, but not absence of our mother.
And then that made you feel like you couldn't live your life.
Yes.
Wow.
I mean, I really wasn't going to live a life anyway as a teenager.
But you could have, though. I mean, that's what you think, but like if you were literally to take that away, you don't think your life would, I was say, you don't think your life would turn out a little bit differently? If I
wasn't raising you, yes.
Right. Probably. Oh, wow. Well, guys.
That's a wrap, folks.
I wasn't
next time.
I wasn't expecting an answer, but again, first of all, thank you for saying that answer. And my rebuttal is I'm sorry. I think as a younger man, it was kind of hard to like look up to people, and I didn't really have a lot of people to look up to. Not saying that like my mom and dad weren't
like manly figures,
just people in general, because I didn't really have any figures in my life at the time when you were raising me. So it's like, hey, Precious, I did this. Why? Are you mad?
Well, yeah, yes, I am.
No, yeah. But yeah, I am sorry that I failed you when I was younger. I was just, first of all,
failed you as a sister?
What?
Since we're on the topic of failures, do you think I failed you as a sister?
Yes. But like not in the way you think. So the reason why I say you failed me as a sister is because it makes me mad that you don't understand how great you are as a person and as a human being, and you can get all.
Why is this not the first time I'm hearing this? This is not just.
So I'm listen. Here, let me elaborate. Okay.
Okay.
You're a phenomenal person overall. You're funny. You're beautiful. And you're a great singer, a great writer. Like, she can write novels, she can write songs, she can write anything. But it was the lack of self-love that you had that made me mad as a brother. Because I'm like, bruh, you can't be uplifting me every chance you get, and then be like, I don't like myself today, I'm gonna go to sleep. That don't make no sense, bro. Like, and I think that's what we have to get to as people. Is like, don't forget you, bro. Don't forget you. That's it.
Can't argue with you there, buddy.
That's literally it. That's literally it. Let's wrap it up. All right, let's wrap it up. So that was another episode. No, but seriously, that was the episode. No, I'm joking. But in closing remarks, Precious, I think you need to know that as a brother, I love you, and I'm sorry if I've never said it. It is very awesome being your brother and having an older sister, because you do all the things, and
I don't. Though this is the thing that really and truly blows my mind.
What?
Is that, and it's not just you. So many people would be like, you do this and this. I'm
Precious, you do.
When did I do that?
Precious, you do. Just because you don't do it all the time makes you feel like you're not doing it. So it comes back to you and the self-love and the self-awareness.
All right, guys, that's a wrap.
Literally. When people see you do the thing, they're like, okay, she does it. But when you don't do it yourself, you're not going to feel like you do it. That's a fact.
Wow.
So do it.
That's it, everybody.
So do it.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
So in closing remarks, part 2. Seriously, I do love you as a brother, and let's literally make this year better with communication on my part, and get stuff done. Okay, let's awkwardly hug it out. I know you hate it. I don't care. All right, that was another episode of Noiz.I Talks with Friends. Hope you enjoyed. I am Noiz.I.
Prejudice.
And we are out.